you're clapping to We're welcoming back our friend Diane Sawyer for more of her exclusive interview with Julie Andrews. It's about the memoir Homework, and boy, she does not hold back.
What a life, and so many lessons, and she's talked about the lessons of joy and precision to bring those movie scenes to the screen, what it took to do that. But today is a little more about, I guess, the strength it takes when you fall in love with someone whose struggles can't be healed by magic.
The winner is Julie Andrews. The winner is Julie Andrews.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. It was lovely.
A magical young woman has begun a career that will bring decades of joy and music. But even with that sunlit voice, there was always something a little wistful in Julie Andrews' eyes.
These are a few of my favorite things.
At the moment she is making the sound of music, her marriage to her childhood sweetheart is ending in divorce. She says she was incredibly naive when she made her first love scene in the Americanization of Emily.
I don't have a man.
Terrified. And how is one supposed... I had no idea what was one supposed to do with a kiss and all of that. James Garner, who was delicious, made it very easy for me. And I began to think, it's getting a little hot in here. And when I got up, I kept thinking, I can manage this. And I got up and my legs buckled because it really had hit me rather hard.
Did you know a lot about men?
No, I didn't.
And then she writes in her new memoir, she was driving through an intersection in Hollywood when a man pulls up in a Rolls Royce.
And I'm afraid I was trying very hard not to fall in love with him, and that was Blake Edwards.
He was a well-known director for Breakfast at Tiffany's and the Pink Panther movies.
You said he was devastatingly funny, wicked even, but there was something dangerous about him.
Yep.
He seems to be turning to you to save him, fix him.
Yeah, but you have to remember, I was very used to that kind of thing because I was a very big codependent with my own family, and so I became that with Blake.
It was 2 years before she agreed to marry him, perhaps inside still that little girl who believed if she sang her heart out, she could somehow rescue her mother and stepfather from their alcoholism and disappointment.
You paint a portrait of a trampoline kind of life, though, with his hypochondria, gallbladder or chest pains or mono or back pain or the flu.
Yes, very stressful times, always.
She writes about trying to pull him through the volatile moods, even suicidal anxiety.
And self-medicating.
Yes, eventually. Demerol, yes, and then oxycodone. It was one of those monsters that got hold of him so strongly that he couldn't resist.
But through it all, with that singular determination and stamina, she keeps up a staggering schedule. Worried about money because of his impulsive overspending and their giant blended household.
There are 5 children in 3 countries. 3 dogs, one of which is not house-trained and will not be house-trained. 2 cats, one of which has gastroenteritis.
Oh, that's in London, that's
and
right.
A hamster, a canary. Blake has a cold, what the real...
Or appendicitis or something.
You're just making pancakes in the kitchen and carrying on.
And saying, we will have harmony in this house.
That's right.
When she is in her 60s, she agrees to go to Broadway to perform Victor Victoria, which was written and directed by her husband. 8 performances a week. It puts a strain on her voice. And it leads to that medical procedure that cost her her song.
I think, in spite of the pain of it and the sadness of it, I then found another life.
When Blake Edwards died in 2010, she had remained loyally at his side for 41 years.
You wrote a poem, when all is said and done, the ladies by your side, for the wild fun, the fierce pain, the laughter and the ride.
And dearest, when I show you this, I know what you will say. Sorry, that's a doorbell. that sometimes rings, and it's for a house halfway down my street. It's Blake, actually. He's probably doing something. Blake, stop. Anyway, the end of the poem is, and darling, when I show you this poem, I know what you will say. What else? You'll grin. What else will you write of me today?
Today, she is still working, movies, TV, writing books, and still taking care of a far-flung family of children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. This is her daughter, Emma Walton Hamilton, who says as a little girl, she was in a store and looked at the movie poster of Mary Poppins.
I distinctly remember pointing at one of them and saying, "There's Mommy!" And then suddenly being aware of these two women, these two mothers in the shopping in the same area going, "Isn't that sweet? That little girl thinks her mother is Mary Poppins."
Poor deluded
Poor
child.
deluded child, yeah, exactly.
Emma helped write the book about her mother and the life at once so radiant and valiant.
I don't know a more resilient person.
And forever a champion of happy endings.
That's as it should be.
These are lyrics she loves.
My Ship was a song that had the most beautiful lyrics. My ship has sails that are made of silk.
Sails that are made of silk. The decks are trimmed with
And the decks are trimmed with gold.
and of jam and spice.
And of jam and spice, there's a paradise in the hold. And then the very, very end of it, the song sums up by saying, pearls and such.
They won't mean much.
If there's missing just one thing. And the song says, I don't care to have any of those unless I also have a true love that will come with it.
Wow, what a life.
What a life. And as I say, she's the eternal guardian of our search for a happy ending. Always. Although I did say to her, are we going to find you on those dating websites? She reassures me, yeah, you don't have to go trolling to see if she's out there. Not going to happen.
She seems like such delightful company.
She is so wonderful to be with every single day. And as she writes in the book, she just wakes up bursting with life, and she does, and she gives it to you. And tonight, Nightline, we're going to have more on it, including some from The Sound of Music. You know, I went to Austria with her. She and I went back to go up the hill, find that mountain. I'm telling you, that mountain. I could barely survive that mountain. But I love tonight. You're going to learn. There is a lyric she sings from the masterful Oscar Hammerstein, and she sings it, and I always thought, what does that mean? And she says tonight, I didn't know what it meant either. And you'll have to guess which lyric it is, but I bet you'll know immediately when you hear it tonight.
I cannot wait to see it tonight. It's so great to learn so much more about the ups and downs.
That's
in
right.
her life.
And how you survive with strength and light.
No doubt.
Great stuff. Thank you, Diane. Homework, A Memoir of My Hollywood Years will be available on Tuesday.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.